Imagine a cult classic movie. You know what? A midnight cult classic movie. What comes to mind? A dark world with a hero combating a terrible evil alone? A movie that you always seem to be in the mood for? And even has some A-list talent?
You have to fight.
Did you think of this cult classic? Miss Congeniality. And a quick note, this movie has 2 Oscar winners, Michael Caine and Sandra Bullock, but let's move on. So I've been thinking, why has Miss Congeniality entered the American cultural lexicon with such other Pajama Party Cult Classic movies, such as...
I'm overruling you. You are being a cheer tater, Torrance, and a pain in my ass.
Fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Like that, I think we need to get somebody in there.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking.
Yes, I've been thinking, why has Miss Congeniality entered the American cultural lexicon? Because I sure as hell have seen Miss Gracie Lou Freebush fall in love like this.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
Far more than I've seen this iteration or this one. And that's not a knock on Tarkovsky or Cassavetes, but outside of film critic circles, their cultural impact is far smaller, with films that are much harder to digest.
Like that, I think we need to get somebody in there.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking.
So, today we're going to explore why Miss Congeniality is so accessible and beloved, and I'm always in the mood to see it. Well, part 1. What is a cult movie? Well, according to Defining Cult Movies, Jeffrey Scone states, the very concept of cult cinema, of course, is vague, problematic, and perhaps even misleading, suggesting as it does that cult value is inherent in the films themselves, as if the cult film is its own recognizable genre. So, according to both this film critic and others, there is no set definition of a cult movie. But then again, film critics don't own cult movies. Their cults do. These films are beloved through a democratized process of voting by a loyal following that returns often to view them. But perhaps a successful cult filmmaker can elaborate. Richard Kelly, the director of Donnie Darko.
My definition of a cult film is something that was not initially successful when it was released. I approach it from a starting point of success or lack thereof, very poorly received upon its initial release. And I think of applying that to other films like Vertigo or Blade Runner, The Big Lebowski, The Thing. Now, upon further discovery, the films are extraordinary and they have layers and they have just incredible dimension or humor or vision, and they endure, right? And so all art endures over a long period of time, and it either ages well or it ages poorly. But it's gonna age and it's gonna marinate in the public's consciousness.
What he believes, as his own film exhibited, is that cult films are hidden gems often missed by critics, that through the sands of time endure because they articulate a truth to an audience that resonates so deeply that they want to return to celebrate it. Before we move on forward, I do want to clarify a subpoint. What is a Pajama Party cult movie? Well, with the rise of DVDs in the early 2000s and the end of the VHS, the advent and the ability to watch movies at home changed the entire experience of cult movies, from midnight specials in theaters to designated home experiences. Part 2. The Truths of Miss Gracie Lou Freebush and the Monomyth. Now, according to Joseph Campbell's Monomyth, a hero ventures forth from the world of the common into a region of supernatural wonder. Fabulous forces are encountered and a decisive victory is won. The hero comes back from the mysterious adventure with the power to bestow boons on his fellow man or woman, or the hero's journey. Gracie, our hero, ventures from her FBI loner world into the supernatural beauty pageant world, where she collects a wise elder, Mr. Melling, a close friend, Cheryl, and a love interest, Mr. Matthews, to win a decisive victory against an evil queen, Miss Morningside, and restore order in the world, Miss USA pageant, with riches, her new title, and a lesson learned, to allow strangers into her life and be congenial. But the reason this film is dismissed is because at times it layers exposition and character development with a set of jokes. Take this example, a classical scene where Campbell best describes as the initiation. But I'll let him explain.
A child has to give up its childhood and become an adult, has to die, you might say, to its infantile personality and psyche and come back as a self-responsible adult.
And to further his point, a wise elder passes on a set item or knowledge that will help the hero defeat the villain. This is a classic example that comes to mind often. Or this one. But did you imagine this? And the skill she develops here later helps her go
Undercover.
to help her hide in plain sight as she goes on to defeat her main villain, all while she discovers herself, real friendships, and the ability to bring people into her life and grow.
Turning on the TV and watching Miss Congeniality.
Honey, if you know it through a wall, you know it too well.
Part 3. Why does this matter? Or why is April 25th the perfect date?
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Perhaps Miss Congeniality has entered the American cultural lexicon for a reason. It's endured where others have failed, even of its own unspoken sequel.
Miss Arizona's number?
Why would I do that, Clonsky?
She needs a man in her life.
Yeah? Where do you fit in?
Nice talk. Not too congenial, Hart.
It stood the test of time, which means it has a truth so well articulated, it endures with legions of fans that celebrate with the perfect date.
Say April 25th, because it's not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket.
Because it's actually a well-made film that is fun to watch, layered with rich exposition, character arcs, and earned payoffs. And is a film that includes both beauty and grace, skills and trials, and resonates with all of us on an individual level. It does so well with the truth exhibited from the classic story structure. The reason it's endured and earned cult status is because it tells a truth, best summed up as, you may be an ugly duckling to others, but you have something wonderful to offer to the world, and given the opportunity, while trusting others when they see potential in you, you too may save the world. No matter even if it's just a scholarship program, because you'll be recognized for your gallant efforts. And so, picture this, a world where saying I want to stay home, put on my pajamas, and watch a cult classic for the 100th time and not be made fun of it when asked which one, and you say, Miss Congeniality. And who knows, your favorite film is probably your favorite for a reason. And most likely it's richly layered with subtext that mimics your hero's journey, because sometimes you want to feel like you're, or hell, just enjoy the film.
She's Miss United States.
Okay. Good show, everybody.